the world to see Africa under a light, then nobody else is going to throw the light at Africa, but Africans.
Yeah.
Africans need to tell their story. You know, the dark continent, you know, narrative can only be changed by the Africans. There is no point in the Europeans or the Caucasians or the Indians changing the dark continent narrative. It is not in their interest. It is only in the Africans' interest to change that narrative. And you know, this Ishowspeed, one live streamer, has done more than most tourism boards and most tourist brochures have done for Africa for the last 100 years.
Decades.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's connected to the African culture, the African traditions, the African food, African dresses, African tribes, like no other black person has done. And the diaspora is singing songs about it. And it is mainly because the guy was unscripted. He was raw. He was connecting at human level.
Some people think that in Africa there is no internet.
Yeah, there is no light.
Yeah, they think there is no light.
Multi-story buildings.
Yeah, and when Ishowspeed came, he could go to the stadium. You can never have such a kind of stadium when you don't have electricity.
Yeah, and you don't have power. You don't have infrastructure.
You cannot, and you cannot be having. He has been walking around, showing people how, like, meeting different people, locals around, and people could, like, if there is no internet, how Ishowspeed
streaming?
How is he streaming? And again, how does people know Ishowspeed if they don't have? It's just there. It's his first time to be in Rwanda. But how do we know him if we don't have internet?
Yeah.
So it's just that dark narrative that is people are the Westerns and others that portraying for about Africa. And now time has come. Now time has come where now the Africans, the black people, are coming to show their own culture, are coming to show what Africa has as a value, not just as a dark continent.
Yeah, it has always been portrayed as a sticks, mud, huts, and primitive people in bushes and with spears and machetes and killing each other.
With the generation that we're in right now, what we call the Gen Z, we should not focus on internet by using it for dancing, doing other things. However, we should be removing this script and changing the world to know who the real Africans are.
Yeah, Africans themselves need to tell their story in their versions, in their context. In history, it was always the victors who said the story, who wrote the history. The losers never had the chance. They didn't have the resources to write a history.
Yes.
Yeah. In India case, the history was written by the invaders, the Mughals, the Turks who invaded India for 700 years, and then it was followed by the British.
The British
for 300 years or so. So the textbooks are still teaching that. When is that colonial mindset end? When will you start talking and telling your stories, your truth, not somebody else's truth?